Hello, darling. Welcome to your reading, or welcome back. If you're new here, I don't know how you found me, but I'm so glad that you did. I'm going to start this reading. It's about what you're manifesting right now. I'm going to start identifying by what your energy was in the recent past, what it currently is, and where this energy now, the track that it's leading towards. I don't want to say definite future because energy is fluid and you can change your energy, which then changes the direction that you're going. But we want to see where it's going right now, and I'll give you any input that you might need to either stay on the same track or any adjustments that is coming out. Let's get right in. Spirit, my higher self, my darling's higher self, thank you so much for using me as a channel to guide and instruct. I ask for the most clear and concise messages, information, feelings, and sensations to flow through me for my darling's manifestations and for the highest good of everyone involved. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you for being here. Okay, Spirit, I'm being told to split the deck and then choose 3 directly off the top and look at the bottom for the general energy, okay? All right, split. And 3 off the top. Recent past, the sustainer, and it's in reversed. The 1 is neutral, and then the kiss is coming up. So maybe, and the threshold is here at the bottom. It feels like the general energy that's going on, that's including your past energy, present energy, and where you're going, is reaching a threshold with something energetically. There's some sort of ledge here that requires you to take a step forward or backtrack. Figure out what's your best path, you know? Either way, it feels like there's definitely a wall, right? It feels like there's definitely a wall. There's maybe something that you're holding back from taking a step forward. We'll look into that in just a minute, okay? In your recent past, the sustainer reversed. So I feel like you felt like you were unable to sustain yourself in some way, in some energy of feeling, thinking, believing. It may have felt like your world around was sort of crumbling, okay? I feel like it was a very dark time for you, actually. Before I started this reading, I did like some minor scrying in my magnifying mirror here, and I saw what looked like a coyote face that morphed into an owl face that morphed into a badger face. And I was like, okay, I'm not sure. 2 of those are nocturnal. I'm not sure if badgers are nocturnal. But there was something here about like there being this sort of difficult energy to move through. But the coyote and the owl are both nocturnal animals, so they thrive in the dark. That's where they get their sustenance, you know? They come out at night. And then I just got that maybe you've been thinking about going to the zoo or something. Okay. But anyways, that felt significant. I feel like you actually find the will to thrive in dark spaces. So I feel like you recently went through a dark time, feeling unsustainable, unsustained, like you don't know how to move forward. You don't know how to bring something to light. But that was the necessary energy that you needed to sort of build upon rock bottom here. In your current energy, we have the 1 neutral. So I feel like it feels like stepping into an observer mode rather than a controller mode. Okay? Now, everyone should feel empowered and know that they are the one creating their realities. They are the one manifesting. There's a certain amount of accountability and power that comes with realizing your control and your power over your reality. But there's something here also about recognizing that maybe it's not about controlling other people, other circumstances, other things around you, but becoming who you want to be, regardless of circumstances. It feels like you're getting the bigger picture. It's like recognizing your power, but not like in some sort of ego boosting, misguided way. I feel like this is really good energy. The kiss coming forward is an act of union and reciprocity with the universe. You know, when you love yourself, when you love your life, when you give yourself that acknowledgement first without needing it to be reflected outside, then it's like you acknowledge only the circumstances that give you that same reciprocity. So maybe what you're leading towards with realizing both the surrender and the creator aspect of your manifestation, is just how organically it will fall into place when there's not this panicked, rushed, unsustainable feeling or fear that you have. Okay, this is your threshold. This is your threshold. The balance between surrender and fully taking full responsibility for your creation, for your reality. My right ear is ringing so intensely. I feel it in my nose. Maybe some of you have a nose ring. Okay, let's get into the tarot. All right, Spirit. Is that about the past energy? I'm going to say yes. 3 of Swords was in the past. Exactly. Feeling unsustainable. Feeling like what you were hoping would happen fell through. Feeling heartbroken. Feeling distraught. And all from the mind. The mind affecting the feelings. With the Swords being your mindscape. Your thought place. It feels like you realized what I've been focusing on and pursuing and pushing and trying to really force into my mold is unsustainable. And there was a level of grief and pain associated with this understanding. Tell me about the 3 of Swords in the past. Ace of Swords, yeah. That's a breakthrough. That's a breaking through the threshold area. Yeah. This was the necessary wake-up call that you needed. Maybe recognizing how that forceful energy, that panicked energy, that need to control and sort of suffocate your circumstances to be what you want, and being sort of emotionally out of control if it wasn't exactly the way you wanted. It feels like there was a harsh truth spoken within you. Maybe to yourself that was just like, you're making this much harder than it needs to be. What if you're only desiring this specific circumstance because you want the things that hurt you or the things that reflected a terrible self-concept image? You want those to reassure you that you were worthy all along, but you have to reassure yourself that you were worthy all along, that you were successful all along, that you were capable all along. Maybe the attachment to these painful circumstances, these old reflections of our own insecurities, maybe leaning on those so hard is exactly why it keeps replaying the insecurities, because it's a desire from an insecure place. Okay, what is this? That was neutral. I'm going to flip it back neutral. What is what is the 1 neutral? What is this? The 1 card in the up in the neutral position for the current energy. Page of Wands. So this is humbling yourself to say, I still have much to learn. Yes, what I focus my time, energy, and effort on, that will play out in my life. But maybe I've been thinking that I've had all the answers, and maybe I'm figuring out that the answers are still being realized within me. I have the ability to learn, but maybe just because I have grasped sort of a basic understanding that I am the operant power of my reality, I create my circumstances, maybe that doesn't mean that I've mastered that power yet. Maybe I still have stuff to learn. And can I appreciate the opportunities to learn? Can I see them as necessary for my self-mastery? This is a willingness to learn, an excitement to learn, seeing things from a beginner's perspective again, rather than assuming that we have all the answers already. And it's both, because time is fluid, and that's what's so funny is, there is wisdom in looking to our future self, our higher self, who has all the answers, going within and getting aligned with that, and also sort of reveling and cherishing these stepping stones, these learning lessons to get super empowered in our vessel. So I feel like you've stepped back into, okay, let's go back to step 1 here for manifesting. Let's go back to being eager and willing to learn and become who I desire to be, knowing that I have the capability. Let's go back to that. Okay? The Hanged Man. Yes, this was like, okay, whatever I've been doing, whatever's got me in this unsustainable situation is not going to get me out of it. I must not be doing something exactly right. I must be, something within me is a little twisted, because if I was following the rules of the universe, the laws of manifestation, if I was doing all that with faith and belief and detachment, then I would have what I want. But there must be something in me that is resistant to being sustained, that is resistant to stepping into this version of myself that I desire to be. I need to go back to square one. Let's rethink this. What got me in this position is not going to get me out of it. I've got to rethink everything. I've got to get back in to observer mode, to learning mode. Okay, I like it. Tell me some more about the Page of Wands for the current energy. The Moon. Coyote, owl, thriving in the dark times. You are absolutely in a place where you have such gratitude and excitement for the lows, because you know you're on the brink of exploring and exposing and enlightening yourself to new realizations that you didn't know were there. You're no longer afraid of things not working out the way that you want. You're no longer worried about things falling through, about circumstances reflecting poorly. You're just like, all right, let's dig in. Let's dig in. Let's get to that nitty gritty. Let's get to the dark stuff. What's going on? Let's unpack that. It's amazing, brave, fearless energy. Yeah, because you're tired of being afraid. Look at you stepping into Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Wands. It's like, I know that there are going to be times where I need to nurture certain things inside of me, that I really need to invest and care and be patient and understanding and allowing time to take its time, allowing time to take its time, and still believing that I have everything in my capacity to be and create whatever I desire. I'm a fertile, creative being. This is such amazing energy. Yes. Wow. Okay, tell me about the kiss coming up with this current energy. Seven of Cups, Page of Cups, and the High Priestess. Look at you. You're just like, the key is that if I feel confused or worried, then I know there's an aspect in me that needs some attention, that needs to be reminded to be still and know. You're no longer afraid of these confusing feelings. You process them, you allow them to flow through them, you create through them from an empowered place. This is you applying it. And then you're going to watch how you're like, oh, I get to, even though the energy may be confusing, the circumstances may be confusing, I may be unsure what's going on. That's going to happen in life, because that's just is, okay? But I get to choose, as Neville Goddard once said, that I am in Barbados. I get to choose which cup I buy as the truth. And it's all within me. Like, I can silence all of these other fears, temptations, feelings. I get to choose which one of these cups I take. And I better damn well choose what is loving, what is kind, what is patient, what is understanding. I better choose that. I better choose a virtuous way of thinking, feeling, believing. I better adopt that. I better nurture that. I better reassure the inner child in me that is prepared for all of the unsustainable circumstances. I better reassure myself. I better be so confident in my knowing that I just get to reassure little me. little me that sometimes thinks that things are too hard to believe, I get to reassure myself and my ego that everything happens for a reason and miracles happen for a reason, and there are mysteries that I can't even comprehend in my human vessel, but my spirit sure knows. I feel like, okay, Four of Wands, literally unity with the universe, celebration. I finally made it. I've created home where I am now. I am in Barbados. Yes, you are. And you flew first class. It doesn't have to make sense. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up Neville Goddard, I am in Barbados, and read that story. Watch someone who talks about that story. Rather than settling for what makes you unhappy. 4-4, you have an option. Everything is an opportunity leading you to what you desire. So choose that every day, every moment with conviction. That is the guidance for you moving forward to get into this celebration, getting to where you've been aiming to go. You finally landed. You took that boat with the Three of Wands and you landed in your new horizon and your new place. You are in Barbados. You get to celebrate now before you're even there because you're creating it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Spirit, is there anything coming up? Like, is there any specific tangible situation the darlings should be aware of? Queen of Wands. It's just you empowered, knowing that you're the magic, that you are fertile, abundant, creative, magical, unstoppable, confident. Embody that confidence. Yes, everything that you went through before, let's have gratitude that it is a necessary stepping stone for you to feel this empowered. Do we really want the easy way? I don't know. I look at my life and I look at how challenging childhood was and my young adult years and mental health and just a whole lot of situations that I really literally did want to die many times. Didn't want to be alive anymore. And I look at it now, after recently gone through a depressive episode that I thought I would not come out of. And I just think, if things weren't so hard, I wouldn't feel so empowered to overcome them. And many things in my life have been easy, and I have been granted so many blessings, and I see so many blessings, and I feel so many blessings around me all the time now. But my biggest blessing is knowing that I'm capable to go through whatever life throws at me and still rise above it. Still feel empowered, still know that I'm powerful, still know that I'm kind, still know that I'm caring, still know that I want the best for myself, for my family, for humanity, that I didn't let my circumstances kill that side of me. I let it bloom, despite the odds. So maybe there is an act of gratitude that should be practiced for your ability and your determination to overcome exactly how many trials and tribulations, how many ego deaths, how many times you didn't want to exist. Maybe there's time to have gratitude for yourself and recognize your power through your circumstances to overcome. Thank yourself for getting yourself to this point despite what you've been through. Gratitude is the most powerful, empowering, humbling energy, and it does wonders. It does wonders. And then we've got the King of Wands here. Oh my gosh. Gratitude for your power, for your determination. That's it. That's the reading, guys. I really hope that this reading was helpful for you and inspiring for you and was something to help you learn who you are and your power and an excitement to learn through the difficult times. I hope that it spoke to you. And just know that I know you are in Barbados. You are whatever you are wanting to create. You are wherever you want to be, whoever you want to be. You are already that. Okay? I see it. You see it. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you so much. Take care and ta-ta.